Order accepted. Thank you.
How's that one?
Route creation. Delivery route finalized.
So this is that chiral network folks are all raving about. I'm the pioneer, by the way. Yeah, I travel the world like my father and his father and so on. Gotta say, I didn't think network stuff could hold a candle to roughing it in the real world. But, like, you could use this thing to research past events and whatnot, right? Maybe even the void owl that tore shit up around here back in the day. Oh, I shared one of my grandfather's favorite gadgets with you. Call it a thank you gift or whatever. It's a deployable shield. This isn't the safest place, if you know what I mean. Wind up in a firefight and you'll learn to appreciate its value real quick. Why not take it for a spin sometime? I'm the third generation pioneer, actually. It's my calling. I was born into it. My family's been traveling the world since my grandfather's time, searching for stuff no one had ever seen before. But then, dramatic twist. Cause of the death stranding, we had to dramatically reduce the scope of our epic journeys of discovery. And then, another dramatic twist. The expansion of the chiral network across Australia has a chance of making a brand new plate gate appear. Or so I've heard. And if it does appear, we can travel to another continent. Meaning, this network might just allow me to carry on my family's globetrotting legacy. Yeah, there's this massive crater just over to the west. Was made by a void out, of course. The same one that took out North Fort Knott in the blink of an eye. I don't know the details, but word is that people saw an omen or some shit. Like, right before the void out, this huge shadow fell over everything. Sounds pretty weird, doesn't it? That's why everyone's convinced this void out is different from all the others. And if we could figure out what the deal was, it might help us avoid a repeat someday. Worth looking into, at least. It's a shield you can deploy in a flash just by holding it at the ready. Talk about a name that tells the whole story, am I right? So, yeah, it's perfect for defending against frontal attacks, and if you just want to stick it in the ground, hell, you can do that too. With that strategy, you can use it as a cover and pop out to take shots. I guess you already know how to use a shield though, yeah? Anyway, with this little baby backing you up, you can power through a fight taking minimal damage. Or make a break for it if you need to. Makes life much easier, I guarantee it. You won't know how you got by without it. For real. Just want to say again that I appreciate you. Alright, back to it. Oh, I mean, wait just a sec, sorry. I forgot to mention that I've got some cool shit here that I found, as well as a couple of rare gizmos that my grandfather left me. So, come back again if you're interested. Good luck with the deliveries, dude.
Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized. Disengaging weapons restriction.
that one. sparkling.
Once again, Sam, I'm sorry we couldn't bring you straight here on the DHV Magellan. That was one hell of a trip, and you must be absolutely knackered. Be sure to take as long as you need to rest before tackling more work, all right? For my part, I'll have a crack at assessing several potential routes for your next main order. We can discuss them when we take a look at the map later on. As for the cargo, I'll let Charlie tell you all about it.
Sam, this is Charlie. Network infrastructure between the Southern Environmental Observatory and Terminal Fort Knott has been disabled for reasons unknown, though we strongly suspect Ghostmech's sabotage is to blame. To address this, we've decided to reroute network traffic through the S7 North Distribution Center. However, the distance is too great for us to establish a direct connection at this time. That being the case, we'll need to utilize the way stations situated between the two sites. The device required to activate them is stored at this facility, collected before embarking on your journey to the distribution center. You know what to do, Sam. We'll rendezvous on site later.
So much cost. You really went above. You're a truly generous soul, Sam. Everything Hartman said and more. I hope this data is to your liking. Do you have enough material?
Now displaying your current porter grade.
It wasn't easy to achieve this without sacrificing capacity, but I wanted to give you something I knew would be of use. If it helps you to bring more people into the fold, it's all worth it. Hartman and I aren't the only ones struggling with 21-minute syndromes, you know. In fact, it seems that more and more people are developing conditions that function on the same cycle. Most of them are involved in temporal or biological research now. We're scattered all over, but the chiral network has allowed us to share our discoveries with one another. There's my daughters for a start. You see, 21-minute syndromes appear to be linked to the rhythms of the Earth itself. And those of us who suffer with dooms are especially sensitive to these natural cycles. My daughters have dedicated themselves to the study of temporal and biological phenomena. In fact, you might cross paths with them someday. They're right here in Australia. I hope I can call on you again. Please, tell our friend I say hello.
Order completed. Well done.
Your service in transporting this cargo is appreciated. The delivery will be assigned to another porter.
Listen up, Sam. The F7 North Distribution Center is a long ways away, and by my reckoning, there's a number of different viable routes. The shortest, most direct path would involve you cutting through the snowy mountains, a dangerous proposition to say the least. You might find zip lines, ladders, and other structures en route to make your life a little easier, but without those conveniences, you'll need to make that deadly trek the hard way. If you're still keen, make sure you pack all the mountain climbing essentials and then some. Alternatively, you could forego the mountain route and circle round to take advantage of the roads to the east. Though if they're still in disrepair, or there aren't any bridges or other structures available, you'll need to come prepared to put in some work. Finally, heading west around the mountains would mean retracing your steps and going back the way you came. A fair few porters have already made use of that route since you paved the way. I imagine you'll find it easier going than the first time through. That route will also bring you close to the monorail. Get it up and running, and you can catch a ride too. Ultimately though, the route you take and the methods you utilize are entirely up to you. So take a moment to weigh your options and prepare as you deem fit.
Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized. Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized. Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized.
Order accepted is good. Thank you. mine. That's the way. You're mine. Snag it. Hook that one. That's the way. You're mine. Snag it. That's the way. You're mine. Gotcha. That's the way. You're mine.
Security measures lifted. Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted inside facility grounds.
Feels good.
Disengaging weapons restrictions.
Gotcha. Look that one.
Just had to surprise me with... Now displaying your current porter grade.
Order completed. Well done.
This cargo has been designated Do Not Submerge.
I'm afraid you dropped some cargo, Sam.
I've ever seen. Thanks to you, I was able to whip up something special. Want to try it out? I'm increasing the materials on the...
Now displaying your current porter grade.
It should be easier to walk around within the field. Be less of a burden on your back. I hope it helps you to protect yourself more effectively from hostiles. Next up, we'll be working on something I hope will make your life at least a little bit more pleasant. Promise you won't be a stranger, okay?
Order completed. Well done.
legs.
Hell yeah.
Let's get a move on. Good day, Sam. Okay.
Been waiting for you. Appreciate. What a treat. I appreciate. I've been wanting to find a way to support your efforts, and so I'd like you to have this. I've increased your material.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
With it's not but the.
Order completed. Well done.
Chiral network coverage? Security measures lifted. Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted inside facility grounds.
Chiral decontamination in progress. No anomalies detected. Welcome, Sam.
I'm guessing you're Sam, right? I feel flattered to receive something that's clearly been handled with so much care. I've been looking forward to seeing you, okay? Now displaying your current porter grade.
Well, looks like we're finally on the Chiral network. I really respect what you drawbridge folks have been doing. Being a part of it all is such a great honor. The situation here was pretty dire, but deep down, I just knew that with your help, we'd get through it. It broke my heart when the Earth opened up and swallowed Cardinal Fort Knott. Ever since that day, the tar currents and chiral fields have only grown more unstable. I doubt these anomalies will get any better until you finish linking up the continent. But only a bit further to go, right? I'm sure we can finish strong. I just hope all the ghost mechs sighted in this region lately won't slow you down. They're with Higgs, right? He has everyone worried. So, to better prepare you for whatever he has planned, I've shared data for a quadruple rocket launcher. Don't hesitate to use it to keep yourself safe. Yeah. The ground beneath it became incredibly unstable. Possibly due to the craziness with the tar currents. With the city gone, an alternate route for chiral network expansion had to be devised. The plan was to extend the network from the Southern Environmental Observatory to Terminal Fort Knott, though that's no longer an option either. But I'm confident that the network stabilizer you brought is just the thing we need to deal with this latest complication. We'll do what we can to provide support. Looking forward to working with you. Once upon a time, I had aspirations of joining Fragile Express. Wanted to work alongside the living legend herself. Help her to reconnect the world, one delivery at a time. But circumstances often dictate the course of our lives, you know? So I ended up joining an APAC distribution team instead. Regardless of who I work for, I'd like to try and support Fragile's mission. Do what I can to unite the people in the same way she has. Well, as the name suggests, it launches powerful rockets. We developed it here using old data we dug up. The rockets fly in a straight line and are capable of inflicting far more damage than most conventional munitions. They're not only highly effective against ghost mechs, but BTs as well. I've heard that Higgs has already made his way as far as the Southern Environmental Observatory. So you'll need powerful armaments to deal with him. That said, this launcher is absolutely devastating. A little too devastating, perhaps. Under no circumstances must you use it on another human being. Thank you again for stopping by. So you know, we intend to continue research and development of powerful technologies. We'll give it everything we've got, but with our limited number of staff, it might take a while. And we'd appreciate any help you can provide as well. I wish you and all the Drawbridge folks the very best of luck.
Sam, the tar currents are behaving strangely again. We're unable to rendezvous with you just yet. The conditions are similar to when we observed that tarfall phenomenon before. I strongly urge you to proceed with caution.
This is Neil's doing, Sam. I'm sure we'll find him waiting for you beyond the tarfall. You need to confront him one last time. There's still so much we don't know about what happened 11 years ago. The nature of his relationship with Lucy, the baby that she was carrying at the time, and Lou, who was apparently born back then too. We need to see how all these pieces fit together if we're ever going to find the whole truth. So meet with Neil Vana and settle things once and for all.